welcome to our new show called Why Not, where we talk about business, achieving goals and being successful in life.
That's right. I think that's such a fun topic because there's so much to share. You know, our idea came really about doing this from the conversations we've had. You know,
Right.
and we've had so many conversations, and me being a foreigner, just having a whole nother perspective, asking different questions, and we just started realizing we're discussing some really awesome stuff. So that's where the idea came from with this show, and it's exciting to be here. I think it's a fun thing. I mean, even this is a venture in itself that we're taking.
Yeah.
This is something new, and it's exciting.
Yes.
I think that's the very thing we said. You know, why not? Why don't we just make a show about this? Why
Absolutely.
not? And that kind of set the tone for what we're doing here.
And we certainly don't know everything.
Yeah, it's not about knowing everything and having everything. It's starting where you are with what you have, and that's exactly what we're doing here. So I think we are leading by example,
Right.
which is a good thing.
Yeah.
And that's always the thing when it comes to a goal, idea, dream, business. It's that question of what is stopping you. Most people would say, I don't have the money. I'm sure you've heard people say, I've got this idea, but I need the money. I can't start business because I don't have money. What do you say to that?
So about the money, the money is not the most important, I would say, because you can start business without money, and you can start business with a lot of money and not succeed. And you can start business without money and be a big success.
Yeah.
So I would say that more important is the motivation, to really have a goal, to really have a plan, to really do the things the proper way.
Yeah.
And maybe the most important is to have a passion.
Yeah.
To find where your passion is.
Yes.
And to just do the things your way. Just to find how can you help the people.
Yeah.
So the final goal of doing business is not to earn money, is to help people.
Make
That's
a
what I
difference.
think.
That's
make
right.
a difference.
That's right.
So money comes. When people are happy, when you do something for the people,
Yeah.
they want to pay for that.
Yes.
So the money will come. But if you are fixed on the money, that doesn't work that way. The money comes, they follow actually the results.
Yes, that's right.
When you help people, people will pay for that.
Yeah, that's at the end of it. It's if you can make a difference, you're doing something right.
Yeah.
If you make that the goal, then your goal is bigger than just you.
Right.
When you want to add value, that involves other people. And that makes other people want to be involved, of course. I mean,
Right.
and it doesn't have to be changing the world, ending global warming.
Yeah.
It can be simple as creating a coffee shop in a place that's building community. It's a simple, I'm just using an example, but something like that, even though it's not like you're bringing something new to the table, but you are creating now community, maybe somewhere where there wasn't a nice place for people to gather. And now all of a sudden business owners are having meetings there.
Right.
You are creating a closely knit community because now people are meeting each other where they normally wouldn't have, even though that they're neighbors.
Right.
And that you can make a difference and add value in the neighborhood. It doesn't have to be this big thing. And I think that's the thing. Like again, we're saying, start where you are. Start small.
Start with what you have.
Exactly.
And find your passion.
Yeah.
And be persistent.
Yeah.
And the results will come.
Yes.
And also one very important thing is to find how you can be helpful to the people. That would be the right goal, I think.
And I think that, and again, you said start with what you have.
Right.
I think it's so important that people need to, what you have doesn't mean like finances or some incredible idea. What you have is so important to actually like write down, what is your skills? Are you creative?
Yeah.
It's like recognizing your strengths, your skills, your values, and then educating yourself.
Right.
We live in an age where information is freely available, so there's no excuse of not having information. So if you know what your skills are, if you have time is the most valuable resource there is. So we all have something to start with, even if it's just time. If you have time, that means you can develop skills, you can learn, you can read up about things that will improve you and make you better, so that by the time that you do actually physically start something, you're already prepared, and that means you're 10 steps ahead of the game already. So it's recognizing what you have and starting with that, because a lot of people don't recognize what they have.
One other thing is that people, when we say business, what is in people's mind when they hear the word business?
Yeah.
Many people, I guess, think that this is something big that should happen. It's for some elected people who know how to do it, some big guys. And business is not for everyone.
Yeah.
But what is business? What is business? Business is to be busy, isn't it? Business is
fair enough. Yeah.
And business can be slow. And the measure, the measure. How do you measure the success? How do you measure how big the business is? I would say that the measure would be, do you make a difference? Because you can have a big business and don't make any difference in the world. You can have a lot of money and live miserable.
Yeah. Very true.
Yeah, so we don't have to compare ourselves with somebody else. When we start, we are unique.
Yeah.
And we are all one of a kind. So what we can do for the world, nobody else can do it.
There's no fulfillment in money alone. It's what the money can do. And if you're making a difference in other people's lives, that adds value to people and to you.
Right.
So having the right attitude and the right approach to business is so important.
Yeah, so first, what is business? And then what is the goal of the business? What we want to achieve? Do we want to just pay our bills? It's very low level. It's just maybe in the beginning we really need to do that. We need to do something because there are many people in need. And in Bulgaria, and in this time we live in, it's reality. People need money.
Yeah.
Of course we need money. Of course we need to pay our bills. We need our children to go to school and so on and so on, and to have food in the fridge and so on.
Yeah.
But we can have a higher goal, and money will come.
That's right.
If we just think about money, that's very low level.
Absolutely. That is not successful thinking.
No. And the time we're living in, people may say, not now, because. But why not?
Why not
now? Because I would say that someone told me that the word crisis in Chinese has some kind of meaning. They don't have the exact word for crisis, but it also means opportunity.
That's interesting.
Yeah, so when you are in the midst of crisis, that's the perfect time for a new opportunity.
Yes, it's it's again something that you mention often is that business is like a game.
Like a game, absolutely.
And when you talk about opportunity comes in all kinds of ways.
Right.
But if we say, that business and the things that we do in terms of what we're busy with, what we're working at, what our goal. If we take it as a game, that means there's rules to the game.
Absolutely.
And I think 2020 has been a year where the rules have changed a lot.
Amen.
And that has seemed to some people that, you can't do anything now because you can't do it anymore this way.
Old way,
You can't play the game by these rules anymore.
Yeah.
So we need to change the way we play. We need to change our strategy. And with that comes opportunity.
Yeah, we have to be flexible and all the time adjust to the reality, but keep the goal, not change the direction.
The goal, yes, the rules change, but the goal
doesn't
is the
change.
same.
The way of doing business is changing.
Yeah.
And if we realize that, even people who have businesses, they have to realize that the game has changed the rules. So if you keep on doing the things the old way, you will eventually lose position.
That's the other thing, right? You don't stay where you are. You don't just stay fixed, because you're either moving forwards or you're going backwards. There's no middle ground where you just stay the same. And I think that's something, again, you can apply anyways. Like if you're fit, you got to continue working out to stay fit and healthy and strong. You got to continue eating. You can't just say, well, I've eaten, now I'm done eating. I've exercised and I'm done exercising. Because if you stop, you got to go backwards.
So
you're not going to stay the same.
Yeah, one thing about the game is that you have to be in good shape, and you have to always keep your shape.
Yeah, you got to be fit.
You got to be fit. So you have to work on that, and you have to eat properly. So there are certain things you have to follow all the time.
Yeah.
if you have been in good shape 1 month ago, doesn't give you success now. So you have to keep on working on your shape.
That's right. And always got to stay on top of the game.
Yeah. And someone can say, well, but you see me, I don't have any, I'm in very bad shape. So when I go to the gym, I see all these people, and but you start somewhere, somehow.
Yeah.
You make the first step. You always have to start from somewhere. So that's not an excuse to not do anything.
Yeah.
We start where we are, and slowly but surely we can go forward if we keep the rules.
Yeah, I think in a nutshell, on what we're sharing today, we can summarize it as you can either have results or you can have excuses.
Yes.
But you cannot have both.
Yes.
That's a given. You cannot have both. You got to decide.
And the other thing is that you don't have to know everything. You don't have to have the perfect situation to start.
Yeah.
The money and everything to start. Yeah. You just need to have to dare to start.
Yes.
And to find your passion. And once you start moving, the things will adjust, and you will see the next step. You don't have to see all the steps forward from the very beginning.
Yeah. You just need to see the next step at least.
At least.
That's enough.
Yeah.
So with that is to know that it's not to take yourself too serious, to know that whatever your venture, your goal, your business plan is a game. Exactly. And that means we got to stay on top of it. We got to always know what's the rules and how to play according to the rules, and see opportunities as the times do change. Like we've seen this year, 2020, it has absolutely changed a lot. But it is not an excuse, again, to not do anything.
So this is our first episode.
Yes,
and we just give some idea of what we want to go for, and we'll have some guests, and we'll go to some details and different topics. Yeah. But you cannot do everything in one episode.
Absolutely. So with that, we'll end off and say goodbye. Thanks for joining us.
Bless you. Bye.